Hi, I'm Steve Conway. I am the Senior Advisor for HPC Market Dynamics, and I'm going to give an update on high performance data analysis and AI. High performance data analysis is just data intensive computing that uses HPC. Um, Most of what you'll hear in these slides is based on the studies that we've done, mostly for government agencies around the world. And the definitions are also consensus definitions based on those studies where there's agreement that machine learning is a subset of AI and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. These are our definitions. Graph analysis gets ignored to a certain extent, but it's very important for spatial and temporal relationships learning models aren't so great at. This is our forecast out to 2024 on the top for HPC server revenues, and then you see in the third line there for AI that's based on HPC. Table 2 splits those out by major AI method: machine learning, deep learning, other, which is mostly graph analytics. Go far right to the CAGR, the growth rate column, and you see very high growth rates. These are the most prominent use cases, most economically important ones. They're not limited to the commercial market. They also exist in government and academia. What they have in common is most now will mature a little bit later than previously thought. That's because we're exiting the very extreme hyperbole part of the early years of this AI market, and the market is becoming more rational. So we're still in the period on the left here today of weak AI, where we kind of have point solutions, where training and inferencing are not yet very sophisticated, although a lot of effort's going into that. And we're short on data, particularly for deep learning, which is data hungry. On the right is where we're getting to. It's going to take a while, but already progress is being made there. So we really have kind of experiential learners, these AI devices and systems that can appreciate context and also methods to augment the data and take care of that shortage by creating synthetic data that behaves very much like real data. So the need for in terms of transparency and dealing with ethics and legal liability issues, because it's pragmatic. They now realize AI is not going to succeed as well without addressing those. Inferencing, more attention is being paid to that. That is the intelligence part of artificial intelligence. And in the past couple of years, people have been working on that. So AI at heart is about guessing, which humans are much better at these days, but the machines are very fast, which is why what they do is already very useful. The ethics issues are not going to slow down, or rather not going to stop the train, they're going to slow it down. HPC is at the forefront of AI R&D for all of those use cases. It's indispensable for the reasons given here, from algorithms to parallelism and the memory subsystems. And we're getting out of the hype cycle and also moving into enterprise environments to support business operations, where HPC is no longer the star attraction. It's a team player that has to be integrated. Lots of activity on the software front, and as shown here, the hardware front, consolidation among the semiconductor companies, lots of startups. You see a list of types there, and particular progress in the next generation architectures coming out to kind of help compensate for 30 years or so of increasing compute centrism and making them friendlier toward data as well, and also interoperation with clouds. And if you have any questions about this, here is the address for sending questions.